comes to D&D, my mind is a steel trap, so we should be fine. Recap. Last time on the Shrouded Isles, or whatever this is, who knows at this point. The short of it, you all started the ritual of bonding with a tree known as Elsander. But you don't actually have its full title or really what it is. It's a tree that connects not just this plane and the planar beings, such as different realms of, plane of fire, water, astral sea, all of those lovely things, but also worlds. It has shown different capabilities of being able to show glimpses of other different realities, including of which Duradon, the one that we picked up on last time, of which, by the way, this was not meant to be targeted, but depending on what you're looking for your backstories, there's going to be some that are more depressing, and this was one of them. Some of you had conversations asking your deepest desires, showing your families and your upbringings, or potentially the future for what you wanted to see and where you wanted to see yourself. Duradon kind of got shafted in a little bit, where he got to see a whole bunch of dead relatives, and relatives that he never even got to meet, but it was also wholesome at the same time. You met Doc's older brother that you never actually got to officially meet, but also we learned that Duradon's life has been built on the principle that your entire people, your family that you grew up with, the actual Bashala tribesmen, were at war with druids for not just the reason of like a land dispute, but because the barbarians, the actual nomadic tribe, had encroached on their land to the point where they invaded the grove, where they tried to take over this entity because it was, one, extraordinarily powerful people lived there and they viewed it as a threat, and two, from what you knew, that was just how they were. They were not a conquering people, but they couldn't come to an agreement, so they sought to eliminate threats. And that was quickly wiped away when Alsander showed you what really happened. He showed you that a sea elf, of which you remember very frequently showing up in many battles previously, that you were either in the active fight or watching on the sidelines, acting as more of a medical position, of Malivio Thorn. One who has only been, from your perspective, is like an archer, someone who's staying far back from the actual fighting, was shown killing your older brother before you even got the chance to know you had one. And also sparking the war in that sense after a shattered artifact, a black blade of which Kipley, Duradon, and I believe it was just the two of you that had actually seen it so far. Yeah, no, just you guys have seen the cursed blade that Donzir wore. He's the same sword that he fought with Duradon when you were on the skyship, and it was fully assembled then. But you saw the fragments broken down, trying to get disposed of through the river, which actually led the Bashala tribe to the grove. So they kind of were their own undoing, and you saw that this man is very much still alive, and is very much coated with far more blood than any that could be held on your two hands. So after having a very wholesome moment where you got to meet your family, you got to get some answers about yourself, a newfound rage was sparked within Duradon, and a new set purpose. However, many of your visions are either concluded through Elsander feeling your connection was, you reached a point where you understood where you needed to go next, and you were fulfilled with your answers. Elsander offered you specifically an explanation of the Black Heart, the artifact that you were given by a certain patron a woman of which you don't really know what she is. And it is very clear that you are a little bit more intrigued by that, curious about that now, after gloved hands ripped apart and severed your connection with Alsander at the mention of it. But on a far more positive note, we went to Mustang. Mustang got to learn a whole lot about the Spark. But also, respectively, you got to one of the funnier points where Alsander was just like, I can tell you all the information of which the Keepers will share with you tomorrow if you want, because they have seen it far longer and understand it better than them. But Mustang was a respectful man. I was like, no, I said I was going to meet with these people. I'm not going to blow them off. So you just denied Tree of Knowledge? Knowledge. Um, Instead, you took a trip down memory lane, and you are one of the only two people in this group who got to see similar visions of the beginning. Mustang saw the gray-scaled, barren wasteland that used to be this plain. You saw the birth of the spark. You saw, more importantly, what happens when a spark dies. More importantly, well, not a spark itself, but the keeper who holds it dies. And you saw the end of Ipum Ono. Very much a person that you had never really gotten too much of interaction with, but one that you're familiar enough to know that, yeah, kind of obvious. They were, in fact, a spark wielder at one point. And as they died, they disintegrated into this, not pile of ash, but these kind of larger flakes of ash that floated out and were blown by a wind that should not be present due to the lacking of actual enough like pressure and force in the area to cause it. Clearly something beyond just nature was moving these pieces of the spark away from each other and spreading it out across the world. So your fear of imploding and or having any negative effects for holding the spark was at least somewhat dimmed in that aspect. You also asked why the spark kept itself hidden so long and what it really wants. And you learned the fun fact that very much like one of your other robotic companions that you've met in your own adventures, the spark isn't just a being, but it is a tool that was put on this plane of existence with a purpose. The spark was given a task to answer a question. Just one. It was created to the best of Alsander's knowledge, and now to your own knowledge, to answer why it exists. But you were seeing in this vision most likely isn't why the spark exists, but why the person who created the spark exists. As you saw the gray-skinned man, a kind of hulked, a kind of hunched figure, hulking in size, and once again, hammering on an anvil atop a peak of a mountain. And then, moving on from there, you got some smaller tidbits of lore, of which Alsander was offering you, as this seemed to be a large checklist he wanted to run down. You got some information on divinity itself, but never got to ask anything further before your connection ended as well. And with Kipley's already completed, we finished out Mammoths. A whole bunch of information was kind of fled in at once. you understand that you have a greater reservoir of memories. Somewhere out there, could be inside of your head, it could be bestowed on an object. You don't know the process exactly, but you know that you are a being that, well, you are humanoid. And you are, in fact, a different soul than the many other souls that have come before you. You are part of a reincarnation that has existed before humanity did. And that you, while your purpose wasn't put onto this plane to fight against the serpent in the sky, is clear that you have fought them before, and clearly you have been successful. So Alsander said that within the city of Relen, you will find an individual who was from a previous lifetime, who had known you before you had perished and continued the cycle. And they said that they would be able to help you remember or help you understand what you needed to do next. You also asked if you had a soul, or if you were just a continuous number of bodies that was being reshaped each time. But you were informed that you did, in fact, have a soul, and that you are a different person each time. It is not Mammoth being reborn every single lifetime and every single incarnation. It is a different aspect of a being that, until you reach a certain age where you can comprehend ideas as large as what you are, has their own personalities, backgrounds, upbringings, etc., etc. And you also got to understand that Mary is something greater. He is, in fact, from what you can understand at this point in time, divinity. And he's been watching you in place of the gray-skinned god, your original creator. However, Mary being far more like a grandfather or father to your previous incarnations, as explained, was more of someone making sure that you were on the right path, stopping by and asking you questions of life, asking if you understood it, and if you wanted to continue your cycles. However, when Alsander mentioned whether you would like them to explain who and what Mary is to you, Mammoth, very much like Mustang, like father, like son, agreed that he would rather hear it from Mary and have that conversation himself. And so, one by one by one, all of you started to have your visions end, and this spiritual guidance close. But as you awoke, sitting in your greenery pods filled with branches, vines, and moss, 3 of you woke up with a dense, kind of thick... God damn it. Immediately, I'm catching myself just knowing that Megan is beginning to smirk.
I have caught myself so many times.
A heavy bit of orange fog. It's very similar and akin to when you first reawakened. You would have recognized a similar mist leaving your bodies. However, this is leaving it in exuberant amounts. It is almost like somebody has hotboxed the inside of this tree to a ridiculous extent. And while all of you can still move and function and your minds are back together, which, by the way, if you haven't already, you can complete a long rest, the senses, touch, as you can feel the moss beneath you and lying inside of the tree. It is like your skin has become so much more sensitive to the point that you can tell exactly what what the density of what you are sitting on is. As you begin to stand up and move around, you can feel like the inside of your skin beginning to crawl from your boots and your clothes. You can feel your hairs beginning to stand up on end, your ears ringing ever so slightly. You can feel that your eyes, it almost is like you have dry eye, but everything is still clear. You feel like you have to blink and close them to almost be shouting out the drowning sensory overload. The only one who can't see at the moment is Kipley. As Kipley woke up, you in particular, still feeling the same effects as everybody else. However, you can't see anything at all. Everyone else can still make out the general vicinity of the inside of the tree. You are in a completely pitch orange world right now.
Ooh.
It's like a flashbang has gone off in front of your eyes, and you can just see white, except it is all just a slightly tinted, misty orange. And you can still feel and move, and you are still conscious. But something in here, or at least something going on with you, is clouding your vision to a ridiculous degree. But you all wake up, and as previously explained, just in case, because it's been a while, we may have forgotten, this is, in fact, from the game standpoint, where all of you are aware of the different combination maneuvers that you can now share between each other, as not only your senses are heightened, but your connection to awakened creatures is also heightened, as you can feel, even though you can't see too well, the presence of your fellow awakens in the room.
Kipley probably immediately is like feeling around, tumbling over. It's like hand probably finds someone's foot and she's just like grasping onto it.
Yeah, Kip, go ahead and just make me a general dexterity saving throw as you begin to wander around blindly.
Wappa. Sweet.
7. Perfect. Let me go ahead. Cool. As you start, it's like a crawl. It's not moving too fast. Duradon, as you're beginning to get up out of your pod, you see Kipley is crawling along the wooden floor and just straight up headbutts your knee as she just goes into you like she didn't even see that you were there.
Ow!
Are you okay?
Duradon?
Yes.
Oh, I've never been so happy to feel this fat leg. She just like wraps her arms around it.
Because it is thicker than oh my leg might be thicker than the. It's not fat. It's a lot of.
I mean, I can barely get my fingers around it. No, you're right. You're right. It's muscular. She's gonna full on like wrap her legs around like a child, just wrap around her leg.
Yeah, he's tall enough that you can. You can add a Kipley to your inventory. Yeah, you straight up grab onto him. Do you continue trying to make your way out of the room with her in tow? Duradon?
Yeah.
Cool. As all you begin to stumble out, kind of breaking this weird ritual room, beginning to go down the hallway and emerge back into the kind of fluorescent light of this green energy the tree emits, your vision begins to return, Kipley. And as you look back, you realize, go ahead and just make me, we're going to call this I know this is gonna be a low DC, but you're still gonna hate me because it's gonna be just a raw in check. We're gonna call this a DC 9 check. DC 9 intelligence check.
Okay. What the?
11. Barely passing it, but we'll take it. Okay, and the reason why it is a check at all is because there is a chance that you would be unaware, at least it wouldn't be immediately on your mind for why this would be happening. But as you're beginning to exit the tree, you can see there is like a wall of fog that is pitch orange. Can't see an inch inside of it. That as you are walking away, it's staying there. And you get the idea that because of your trinket, because of your hairpin, you can see life energy in a sense that you can see magic. Now, you can't see like a human being's vitals for like walls or something like that. So you're confused at first of what this is, but you realize that Elsander, or at least that room that you couldn't see before, whatever your connection was, or whatever it did, it was more than just a conversation. There's something that has been changed fundamentally with everyone that has just been inside of that room. Because that is not just the inside of a tree. It is something much more, of which you don't fully understand, but you recognize that as you begin to return to sight, and you just can see that you're fully clinging to Durdon's leg.
Yeah, she just kind of like with one hand like rubs at her eyes and just I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. She kind of says that to herself, but then just continues. She's kind of comfortable, so she's just gonna let Doradon walk her around.
Yeah. You guys begin to make your way down the tree, and you can see waiting for you about halfway down as you're beginning to approach that kind of outward branch where you where you previously met Kalhara. You can see that kind of in between the doorway and the actual exit onto the balcony, Zyrus is just waiting, kind of nervously tapping her foot, and sees you all approaching, kind of perks up a bit, looking a little relieved, and goes, "Oh, good. You've been gone for quite some time, so I didn't know if that was success or if I was going to go up there and find a bunch of dead bodies sitting inside of a tree decomposing. Why are you on his leg?"
I was blind. I was blinded by the live tree.
Was?
Oh yeah, no, I can see now.
She kind of shoots a look at Durdon, like, okay. You let that happen. Okay. So, did you all learn the secrets of the universe? Feel infinitely more knowledgeable, powerful, etc.?
No, I hated it.
Oh. Okay.
Kibble, what happened to you in there?
What happened to
I
you?
don't know. It was fine. I was on an island. I talked with Elsander, and we talked about the spark and my mom for some reason for like 2 seconds, but it wasn't anything awful.
Your mom showed up? Like your
Yeah, I
real
told her
mom,
not
like...
to do that. Well,
it was really your
the woman who
mom?
raised me. I don't have a biological mom, but the woman who raised me, who I call Mom.
Like her spirit was there? Oh.
The tree was taking the form of my mom. It was really odd, but I told it not to do that, and it listened, and it was fine from there.
Yeah,
Now, what happened to you?
Horrible.
I don't know. Maybe if you're have a weak constitution, it was horrible, but it wasn't that bad.
It took the form of your dead mom.
She's alive.
Oh, she's alive?
Yes.
Why don't you
Just-
go visit her?
That's a long
She's your
story.
mom. That's kind of shitty.
Well, it's not like I can visit her now. Hey?
Well, you just said you did.
I just said it was the tree. Kipley, what happened to you in there?
I became blind. The tree didn't like me.
Why do you think that?
I don't... Because it blinded me?
Do we know it was the tree?
Yeah.
Alright, you sound pretty damn sure. But doesn't that come after what happened in the tree? What happened in the tree?
I don't remember.
Insight against the legendary liar Kipley.
It's the legendary liar, Megan. Yeah, if you want, you can make an insight check and Kipley just make a straight charisma check, and you can add bonuses where they apply.
I think my insight is fantastic.
Fuck. God damn it. I'm rerolling that. I'm using insight. I'm never taking a 1 on deception. I refuse.
Well, I only rolled a 7, so.
That one still would have been a failure. 18.
Okay.
Hey, listen. Kipley has been acting more and more deranged the longer that you've known her. She just came out of a tree and claimed that she was blind, while clinging onto Durdon's leg for like a good 3 minutes walking down steps. You trying to get a read on her? Not gonna happen in this moment. She is an enigma.
What about you? And Kipley pokes at Duradon.
You know, same old. Met a dead relative.
Whoa.
Talked about some stuff.
You saw a dead relative too. Which one?
The older brother I didn't know I had that got killed and kind of spurred the whole thing with my clans. So it was a new family member. So new trauma, even in this age. But
Wow.
you know, you just add to the pile.
You didn't even know you had an older brother?
No.
Well, how do you
Not
know
at
he's
all.
real?
So it said a lot of things that were true about my life and told me a lot of truths. I didn't have a reason not to believe it. And given the revelations that it also provided, I again had no reason not to believe it to be true. It made a lot of sense. A lot of stuff start to make sense contextually, because you know it's as a kid I kind of just accepted that our dispute with the druids were a matter of resources, but I mean, I feel like deep down I kind of understood and knew that druids of all people and sharing nature, it's kind of their big thing. And whatever the dispute was, at some point there would have been a casualty threshold that should have prevented us from should have stopped a lot of the bloodshed. But because we killed each other into extinction, there had to be another layer. And I kind of just, you know, as a kid, you pretty much just accept that it is what it is, and there's not really anybody that can tell you any differently. So the tree told me differently and was able to do so with some pretty convincing evidence. So yeah, I think I had a brother. His brother died before I was able to meet them. And
Are you sad?
I was, but then
Weren't we in there just like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, so
Well, you
like
got over that really fast.
it's not necessarily that I've gotten over it really fast, but when you like I've had years, decades to accept that my people were dead and are dead. So like adding another person that I didn't know is dead. I was sad when I was talking to them. Um, but then like I also kind of like the sadness was overshadowed by the unbridled rage that I feel. Because I did discover who pretty much started all of it. And I
Oh, who's that?
will be killing them. Um,
Who do we
you
need to
know,
kill?
when it comes to that, I'll let you know. Right now, I'm still sorting out a lot of things internally with that. Um, but I really want to keep it kind of closer to chest until I can move on it. But I promise, when the time comes, I will let you all know about the details that I can let you know about.
Okay. Mammoth, what about you?
Hello.
What did the tree show you?
I found out I'm like a billion years old and have like
What?
lived as other people for like I would assume all of those billion years or something. Um, is still about I have to stop the destruction of the sky, which I already knew, but yeah, and I was made by this gray dude with a hammer. Um, and he told me that my grandpa isn't actually my grandpa, and that he's somebody else, but I I I didn't ask any more questions because I'd rather just ask him himself.
Mammoth, I saw the gray guy too.
You saw the gray guy too?
Yeah. I think he made the spark, that thing that made me smoky.
What the heck?
Yeah, the tree called it a tool. But
That's not very
that's
nice.
kind of an aside. Your grandpa's not your grandpa?
Yeah, he just like pretended or something like to watch over me instead of the gray guy. And I guess he decided that grandpa would do best.
We're gonna have to get
Which
to the bottom of that when we get back.
yeah.
So, two of you had truce root. Mustang, well, what exactly did you learn? What did we all learn from this? Like, was this worth it?
I think so. Oh, also, there's a guy in Velen that I need to talk to, and apparently he knew me in a past life or something and can help me out in this life. So I learned that.
Oh shit, dope.
Did you get a name?
Probably Ryan has to look at his notes.
Is
You did
Ryan one
not.
of your past lives?
Yeah.
Kepley breaking the fourth wall. Love it. No, you didn't actually get a name. He said that you would find them in Relen and that you're already headed in the right direction, but he never gave you a name. All they said that they were old. 'Cause they've known you for. They've known you since the last incarnation. You know how you're. You also have to put that into perspective because I'll explain it as the DM so you can remember now. You still exist in this time. Like you know now that this information's sinking in. No check needed. You are aware now that there is another you that is currently out there.
Oh,
Doing
what the
who
fuck?
knows what.
What?
Oh
I didn't
yeah,
even think about
this
this.
is
Oh,
this is
in
time
this
travel.
time.
You're not singular.
right.
There's another mammoth out there. It's not gonna be mammoth, so you don't really have an idea of who it's gonna be. But that's something that clicks. But also, it's going to be someone that may not recognize you as you, but they said that you would recognize them.
Interesting.
Because you got the rundown that all your memories normally come at an older age. I'll spoil it because it doesn't really matter. After you normally hit 18, you would get your memories back. This is a reasonable young Gods Among
Yeah.
Us type age where you would be able to understand the universe,
Thousands and
according to
thousands of
Divinity.
years.
Yeah, and well, it's also based on as fucked up as it is, it's based on actual lore that is created by elves when they reincarnate for certain campaigns. Anyway, Jerry gets it. Yeah, it's fucked up. Fucked up, gang. But
Is
yeah,
that why
they
your
said
brain's so small, seemingly? Because you have so much to put into it still.
Yeah, it's not all gonna fit. That's for sure.
But yeah,
Wow.
But yeah, I guess I'll know him when I see him or something. So I'm not too worried about it. Or her.
Well, you were so good at finding the path on the way in here, I have no doubt that you will know it when you see it. If there's anything you're good at, it's that.
Mustang, is there anything you're needing to seek after?
Well, I'm gonna talk to the keepers while we're here before we leave, but I'm still here for you guys and to solve this whole, mischief thing. And the tree made it sound like, for the most part, that the spark is safely sealed away, and I'm not a danger to any of you guys or anybody here, and that's really what I wanted to know. Well, actually, I had one more question, but I forgot to ask, so I'll have to ask at some other point, hopefully. But
What was it?
it was about the heralds and what happened on Portcliff.
Alright.
Kipley, I feel like you've gotten all this information out of us, but you've managed to tell us not a single detail other than that you didn't like it and you were blind afterwards. And I got a feeling that this is by design.
Well, okay, it was only blind because there was like... It was all there. It was just kind of all encompassing.
That sounds like usual blindness,
Yeah.
But are you gonna tell us what happened in there? Or do you want to keep that to yourself? I'd rather have you just speak plainly than me try to keep pulling it out of you.
No, I'll tell you everything.
Don't believe that.
Why'd you
I
say
don't.
that way? Why'd you say it that way?
I'll tell you with
Yeah.
a smile.
Because I thought I wrote all this down in my notes, but I didn't.
If you need any help, I have it basically memorized.
It was kind of a long time ago.
punches
wasn't
the fourth wall and allows the DM to help her out here.
Okay, does Ghibli tell the truth?
Yeah, she's kind of.
Oh,
Gotcha.
She's-
oh my god.
I know everybody. The
Well,
world
look.
shakes and trembles. The tree splits in half.
There are things. Yeah,
Ugh.
she's come to trust you all. You're her peeps.
If you tell them everything, does
Mhm.
that include the hovel of Vince?
The what?
If you remember that, okay, you probably don't. I think your vision is one of the first ones to start off with, so that's fair enough. So when your vision started, very similar to how Mustang started with the tree taking on a familiar face.
Oh.
It started with Vince, and it showed you a reality. You don't know whether it's the future, or you don't know whether it is a separate world altogether. But it showed you living in a kind of hillside hovel that you compared to the Dumbalos, but not quite to their standard. Happy
right.
together. You saw Ezrin was there. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of that.
Yeah, she would. If they're
Cool.
sitting there listening to her, she would just start prattling on.
Yeah, so you asked, you asked about the Bone Mother, Very briefly, you asked what she was, at least what she wanted. Um, and Elsander kind of gave you a very similar answer to what she gave you, in that she is just a being who helps people move between parts of their life, whether that's death, a rebirth, reincarnation, etc., etc. You asked for power, knowledge, and desire for can control and to change your future. And the tree straight up told Kipley that for what you wanted in life, you, as long as you're with this group, you have the people and resources needed to change it. Essentially saying that your plot to murder people while you're back in time to change history is 100% viable, and you can do it. And it essentially, like, yours was more of a conversation between you and Elsander, leveling with you and being like, hey, the more people you kill to change the world, the higher likelihood that you never meet your friends and that you will never do this in the first place. So essentially, the tree gave you advice on if you're going to do it right, make sure you're certain that you are killing the right person at the right time. But outside of that, for questions that Kipley asked, you were kind of, I think yours was kind of quick. I don't think Kipley...
No, I think that pretty much, if I remember, that was pretty, yeah, I think that was what covered it.
Yeah. But you do also have, do you tell them that you have the ability to reach out to Alsander as long as you can see its branches?
Oh, yeah.
That is an additional thing that I just remembered as well.
Yeah, no. So she's like prattling on about all this. She's like, oh yeah, and guess what? Alsander's in the future. I thought, this was just a big tree that maybe had died or burned up or got swallowed, destroyed, whatever. But he's actually still in the future and I can see him. This whole time I could see him.
Where?
Just, when I could see all the, magic strands all, in the air.
So everywhere.
Well, not everywhere, but I could,
Kipley, you look around, there's hundreds of different branches coursing through this entire city.
Everywhere. It is everywhere.
It's not everywhere, but it's pretty close.
It's like a web.
So, I have so many questions. So when you say reach out, you mean like talk to it, or?
I think I can. Yeah, he said I could. Kind of, in a way. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe future Alsander doesn't like me. But I'll change his ways. He'll like me. I'll talk to him enough. Or at least annoy him enough.
You are very convincing in that way, Kipley. And then the next one, who do you want to kill now?
Why do you say it like that? Duradon wants to kill someone.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's someone more current.
Yeah.
I want to kill Percy. I want to kill all the Renels.
What?
I don't like them.
That's
Okay, you can't do that.
Why not?
I mean, you not liking them, there has to be something more than you not liking them, right?
They're shit.
Okay, so
They've
are a
been
lot of people
absolutely shitty to everyone around them.
Cyrus perks up and goes,
broke onto their boat.
Cyrus perks up and goes, well, I know this is a rare point of support, but they did try and vaporize you, Duradon.
They did. That
And they
I
lied.
understand. I get.
They betrayed us. They betrayed everything.
As a person that has nearly died to a Renel, right?
Don't
Maybe Dad has to go, right? Dad's a piece of shit. I don't know about the mom. Really don't.
I don't
All
care
I'm going
about
to
the
say,
mom. The mom's not
all
even
I'm,
part of the bloodline, right?
well, I mean, if you want to, families are families. It's like saying, like my mom isn't
Unless
really.
they're inbred, then Percy's mom would not be a part of it.
I mean,
Roll for
but like,
inbred.
yeah, roll for incest.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
No, they're not related. They're good. She's good. You know that as a
Yeah.
fact. Moving on.
But no, but like all I'm saying is maybe before you kill Percy, at least check and understand what type of individual he is. Whether he is that way because of who his father is, or if he's just genuinely that type of person.
You
People can
think
be
I would just murder someone for no reason? Is that really the kind of person you think I am? You think I would.
absolutely.
Fuck off.
I'm
I
just,
mean,
I'm,
I
ge-
may
I'm
be, but like, no. This is.
To be fair, you didn't really at the point have rhyme or reason for when you decided to help the giant celestial creature that you weren't sure would be thankful for your rescue or aid, or whether there was a reason it was imprisoned in the first place. You kind of just went on a whim,
Yeah, that was on a
and
whim. We came back 1,000 years. We've had months. I've had a lot of experience with Percy since coming to Paradise Peak.
I have another question, and this is just purely from a theoretical standpoint. It's for a time it sounded like you were counting on Maeve coming back, and it seems like you're working on that in one way or another. Do you think Maeve would appreciate it if you made that choice for her?
Do you think Maeve would appreciate that he betrayed her sister?
No, but it's just it seems like a lot of decisions to be making on a lot of people's behalves. It's not nothing to kill somebody. I'm sure we've all killed plenty of people, and I've killed plenty of people who I thought deserved it at the time, and I regretted it later.
I won't
Trying
regret
to
it.
bear you the same fate, I suppose.
hey, if you elect, believe, and decide that killing Percy is justified and none of us can really say anything otherwise, again, I am all for killing the father because the father absolutely tried to kill me and he's a piece of shit. The same way that I would be completely okay. Actually, no, I respect game. I respect, even though Maeve's grandfather tried to kill me, he was just straight up about it, right? And he definitely gave me an opportunity. That was honestly, like, as a warrior, I kind of respect it more than anything else. Do I like that he killed me for to maintain status quo? Absolutely not. Um, was it respectable? Like a I gotta do what's good for my family. It's just your unfortunate casualty. I get that. I can understand that. Percy's dad, however, was just a dick. He didn't give me an opportunity to defend myself. It was about the pride. And he was a bitch that snuck in while I was recovering and wanted to do the thing. Um so
Pretty
him,
low.
yeah. That gets no respect. You lose accolades in my book just as a warrior individual. So we could definitely kill him. But like,
Those families, those two families, all they care about is their own lines.
but put in their position, if you had a family and your whole ordeal as a provider was to give your family the best circumstance, Again, not speaking for Renell father, but at least for the Dumbalas.
Are you asking
If-
me if someone threatened my family, whether I would go after them?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. And that's what I'm doing.
That's. Oh, you think we're family?
What else? Kippity nut punches you.
Oh god!
Oh,
Give me a
This thing
oh,
laughs
Give me
exactly
a
like
straight
that.
unarmed strike with advantage. With advantage. Surprise. Unarmed strike. Yeah. I want to see if you crit.
Wait, hold on.
No.
13? No.
yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
doesn't
say.
hit you, but
I'm gonna say
yeah.
in this moment, she's still going to hit, but it's not going to do the 1 point of damage it would do if it was successful. So she, you nut punch because you're at that height. That's not that hard. But you, man, I'm not gonna explain this to depth. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. You hit him. It's not. You pull back. You realize at the last second.
Mm-hmm.
He's your good friend. You just called him family. You're not gonna do it that bad. It still hurts. You still feel it. It could have been worse. And Durdon has a sack of steel.
Oh, wait. Oh, the air just got so spicy. Oh.
You're
He
lucky
just
I
starts,
pulled
like,
back.
trying. Oh, that's.
Desires next.
Hold on. Switches into dress form, disappears into the shadows.
Why? Why did you have to do that?
Because you're incredibly dense at times.
Yeah, she's defended her family, Durna. Can't you tell? You were obviously a threat. Just
And you're
now.
trying to kill off his own bloodline.
Exactly.
Yeah, this family's not allowed to get any bigger.
Said, fuck it, we stay at one. You can't repopulate. You get no more.
Oh, please. Like, you're the one that's gonna inseminate Zyrus.
Oh,
Oh my goodness gracious,
you
Kipling.
need to calm down. There's a lot of intense energy in everything you're talking about right now. Bring it down to like a 4. You're at like a 10 right now.
She doesn't want you to wish that upon her.
With the insemination or the, like, would that be a bad thing?
Let's move on. Move.
Alright, so we have
I'm walking away from
Renell's to do away with, we have whoever Dodon needs to do away with,
Well-
we gotta meet someone in, Ravioli,
Ravioli.
and then,
No, that's not the
and
name.
Wait.
then what do we do?
Hold on.
He's not gonna get it right anyways.
I don't think we're done with this discussion. I'm all for revenge when we are in our appropriate timeline, but if we're doing things now, it's not just these people's lives we're gambling with. We have no idea how it's going to affect all the innocent people in the future. And I've had plenty of people fall victim to me chasing my vendettas, and you never know how far the fallout goes until it's way too late.
Oh, says the person who wanted to go save all those people and kill a bunch of goblins and a big tree guardian.
I didn't want to do that. Who started running? I forget who started running that way. Durdon.
Kipley turns and looks at Duradon, hands on hip.
I made it there before all of you guys.
Wait,
Sorry.
He's too fast for
feel
his own
like
good. His
I
feet
feel like
moves
I'm
before his
being
head
played.
does.
Oh, right. The helping people. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not sorry, actually. I'm fucking...
How dare you save innocent lives?
Plus,
You
that led
awful
us
You're
to...
talking about
good things,
changing the
right?
future.
Yeah, they might have been destined to die. Shit.
I mean, you running in there did get me bitten in half. So,
well,
I
but
do want to say that.
it also did lead us to a better connection with the people we met. Because of that, we end up meeting the the big beast god thing, where you learned more about yourself, and then we got appropriate warnings for the grove and directions. Honestly, in terms of chain of events, we benefited from helping those people.
What if one
I
of those
I
people
agree
we
with you. I just
saved was one of
I
the
don't want to get
leaders of
bitten
the
again.
Heralds?
Hmm?
Just
And
saying.
there are more heralds we have to kill in the future. The heralds exist regardless of kind of what we did here. What if
Right.
one of the people that we let live ends up being the one to dismantle the heralds before they're popular?
That would be crazy.
No,
What a plot
if?
twist. Let me write that down.
I don't like being in the past.
I think that is a very, very reasonable what if. We could what if till the cows come home, but I think
Right.
maybe we all need to either agree or disagree or decide going forward how willing we are to go out of our way to either help people, hurt people, and put the future at risk. I personally am of the mind that we need to start being a lot more careful. Like, yes, I agree with you, Duradon. This has gone shockingly well for us. As we all know, this is usually not the outcome for our group. But just when the bill comes due, I'd hope it would be low. And I feel like in our current course of action, it might be pretty high when we get back.
Which is fair, but you consider we didn't really help a lot of people before, and we were pretty much just doing our own shit, covering our own asses, and we got a lot more grief then than we have starting to help people.
I
True,
also
but
I
we
wouldn't
also were
worry
the
about it
domineers
too
in the
much.
past.
Hold on. If Ultron was willing to send you back in the first place, he must have known to a degree that out of all the candidates to be sent back, you wouldn't be the ones, most likely wouldn't be the ones to mess it up.
Oh, that
Also,
doesn't sound right at all.
what if helping people in some way helps with our main objective? Because in the end, we're trying to figure out a way to counteract / get rid of the chaos that comes with the Monarch of Mischief. And
Right.
I mean, I know that good doesn't really follow in the same axis as like chaos and order, but it could.
Are we?
It tends to be that laws as created by at least proper societies on our place, they're meant to generally do good things for people, and if we do good, maybe we can start pushing it up in the corner of awfulness.
Uh, as that is brought up, Mustang. When you said separate the chaos from mischief, you do see Zyrus shoots you a look of a slight bit of a knowing look. Go ahead, give me a insight check.
Yes.
That's gonna be. Oh, it's a nice DC 15.
Oh, I got a 15.
15 exactly. Okay. Do you want this public or private?
Private.
This is payback, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Take
Yeah.
it.
Hello. I am so excited.
I was gonna say it's a bit early on that one.
Oh, that was so funny.
So now what do we do?
Let's go kill the Renels.
Dude, I don't think we could do that shit. Also, how are we gonna kill his dad, but not Percy? Wait, No, yeah, I said it right the first time. How are we gonna kill his dad, but not Percy, if we're gonna eliminate the timeline? Or are we talking about like going back and killing, whatever his name is?
Kipley's fine killing the line.
I know.
I think that's Duradon needs to speak up to that. Man. Mammoth,
Yeah?
you're just like... You're God.
If you say so.
You are. Our little boy.
Little boy's all grown up.
How old are you right now? You're 8?
Yeah.
So in 10 years, you're gonna get all your memories back and turn into... Oh my gosh.
What generation is this?
We went, what, was it 1,000 years or 100 years into the past? I already forgot.
1,000.
1,000? And you live a single lifetime? Like
No,
normal-
it. Yeah, I live normal lives, but I guess my
Halfling,
like soul
okay.
or something.
Have you...
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, man. I know. Megan has so many questions. Do you know if you've been anything other than a halfling?
I assume so. I don't know what though.
Oh, what if you were a frog?
Oh, that would be sick.
What?
Yeah, was I a frog in one of my past lives?
Roll
in the water.
me,
turn the freaking
roll me a
frog.
d4.
You got it.
On a 1 or a 4, you were a frog.
Heck yeah.
Oh, fuck you. You've never been a frog, dude. No, I will say it's a good question that comes up in Mammoth's mind, though, on that point. Because you saw humanoid visions, but you don't know if you've always been human. You might have... humanoid, excuse me. You might have been animals at some point. Potentially. Who knows? You could have been anything. You could have been a chair. You could have been part of Animorphs. A completely separate reality that did pretty well for itself. Oh, but as Zyrus kind of exchanges a look with Mustang, you hear footsteps approaching. As you're all like on the precipice of going onto the balcony. You haven't even left the hallway yet. You guys kind of saddled up with Zyrus as she was waiting for you, and then just had a team huddle in the doorway leading out to Kalahara's essentially chambers. And you kind of just there. You are sitting on the precipice of the balcony.
Yes.
And while I do not wish to intrude, it does echo and we can hear some of what you are saying. I just wanted to make this aware to all of you.
Did you want to join in the conversation?
And you see, this is Kalahara. As she kind of, the massive tall frame is kind of like peeking down in the doorway. She goes, I was waiting for you all to return so I could help explain what just happened and answer any questions that you might have had about that.
Oh, sorry.
But no, you're fine. I just didn't want to be like hearing your conversation, but not letting you know that I hear your conversation because you were getting into some personal stuff that is,
You are so
well.
polite.
What was your favorite part?
Game synopsis right now.
Who's my favorite? You did. I did find it funny when it was directly said to their face that Duradon voted Kipley most likely to kill someone for no reason.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty good.
that's something to keep in mind, to not give you any more reason, apparently.
That was
But I am
Duridan's a
happy to
joke.
hear that you connected with Alsander and were able to get some further information towards your goals. Please, come. I've cleared out the meeting room, meeting hall, I guess you could say. I feel we have much to discuss. And it's a new day, you must be hungry. Can get some food brought up to all of you while you guys can also meet Elle and Rel. Because it has been quite some time. You were in there for probably about 11, 12 hours. I thought it was mainly going to be 1 or 2, but it seems some of you had some long conversation that you need to catch up on. And her gaze kind of drifts down towards Mammoth.
Sorry.
Nothing to apologize for. Please, come. Let's eat. And she waltzes over to the table. God, I love when I randomly turn southern. Waltzes over to the table, and you can see there's two. It was previously full of a bunch of different aviary and kind of like beast folk that were clearly meeting. They've all been cleared out, and you can see instead it is just a massive round table with 10 chairs. And currently, at the end of the table, you see there's two figures currently bickering with one another, kind of like in a low murmur. You see two younger women that you weren't pointed out which is which, but you see this kind of more. She is humanoid, but kind of resembles what would look like to be kind of a harpy. As a female human face, long, kind of almost fur, but like matted, feathery hair, with massive wings on her back. And you can see sitting next to her, and kind of the opposite of the spectrum, complete pitch black, thin, veiled feathers, kind of wearing a feathery-esque outfit as well. You see this kind of more tanned, darker skinned woman with bright yellow eyes, currently in the midst of like getting in the more owl presenting woman's face. And as you approach the table, you can hear her go, I really don't think so. Because like out of the 5 that have done it, none of them have come out learning. Well, they learn more about themselves, but they don't learn what happens to them. I spent my question asking that, so I got that information. And you see the other one goes, well, I don't know, maybe that might be different because sometimes people are more insightful and they ask deeper questions. I think it's kind of shallow. And as you approach, both of them immediately stop and just slow pan turn. Hi.
Hello.
You see the owl goes, I'm Elle. And the woman with black feathers goes, and I am Brel. Pleasure to meet you both. Quick question. Does either of you now know the secrets of the universe?
He does.
Mm-hmm.
One might. And he points to Mammoth.
She turns with a like big smirk towards Elle. I think somebody is going to get their room cleared out tonight, and I'm getting an upgrade. Find yourself your own spire. See, Elle kind of turns to Feed and goes, we never bet anything. You just asked me a question. Goes, no. The rules were already stated, and the agreement was your silence, and we're sticking with that. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I think one of you in particular asked to meet us, but we figured might as well meet all of you because it's very rare that we get visitors and outsiders, especially ones that are as different, interesting. We'll go with that. That sounds polite. Interesting, compared to most. My name's Relena. This is Elhara, my sister. We are both the keepers of the grove. I was told one of you is also a keeper, but I'm not seeing anyone that bears resemblance to one of us. And she kind of looks around and goes, "Oh, how could I not see it before? Pleasure to meet you. What's your spirit's name?" And you see she looks directly at Kipley.
What?
Hmm?
Huh?
What? Oh, did I get it wrong?
Yeah.
You're beast folk. Is that is that your lineage, or were you changed?
Yeah, but you don't just tell someone they're a beast. It's really
Oh,
rude.
well, shifters. Well, I'm sorry. We come from a grove that is full of beastioid and monstroid lineages, so it's not really as. I can see why someone outside who maybe that might be a different thing. We just
I'm
is
just
very.
kidding. I'm Corruptern.
You're Corruptrin?
Mhm.
I just heard her call you Kipley.
Oh. No, that's
I-
the lineage.
Your lineage is Corruptrin.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If I ask you to spell that, I think I might blow a fuse, brain cell. I'm not gonna ask you, but cool, awesome, nice to meet you. Which one of you is the keeper?
That.
You see,
Oh.
Elhard, you can't talk to them like that. This is not conversation. You have to
Define-
talk to them like a person.
Yeah. What?
Define keeper.
What's that
Uh,
mean?
A keeper.
Someone's supposed to be a keeper. I think it's supposed to be me. Sorry for
keeper
letting you
is
guys
somebody-
flounder for so long.
Got you. Perfect. Wonderful
What?
to meet you. A keeper is someone who houses a spirit, a very powerful spirit of nature inside of them, in order to contain the disruptive elemental energy that they can put out into the plane that causes natural disasters and random events to occur, such as
Got it.
forest fires, mountain shiftings, tidal
Sorry,
wave
you just
tsunami.
confused me because you said keeper. You were talking to me, and then you talk. It doesn't matter.
Right, my
so
sister
good to meet
probably
you.
assumes that you are part of the Light Bearers because they're very. We have met other keepers of their tribe, but you mistakenly are not one of them. My apologies for that. She jumps to conclusions very quickly. And you see Rel shoots her a look of like pure disdain. Anyway,
We were told
Hi.
there was going to be food.
right. Oh, yes. We're not providing. That's Kelleher. And you see Kelleher goes, "Oh, yes." Claps her hands, and you can see just a whole bunch of bats, hawks, and eagles fly in plates. They are completely empty. But you see, flying behind them is this really just old-looking vulture. Just like feathers on their way out. How the thing is able to take flight, who knows? But you see it lands, and it has this basket that it just kind of crop dusts all of the plates with various different fruit.
Wow. What a display.
And she goes, "Thank you, Harold." As the vultures flies away very slowly, basket a little lighter than before. You see Elle goes, "Okay, food provided. Before you ask any questions, or any of your group can as well, we are knowledgeable and very powerful, influential beings." And Rel goes, "Wow, way to not show yourself as being bigger for your feathers than you are. And Elle just goes back and forth because, all right, you need to calm down. We have some questions for you, if that's okay.
Oh.
Because Kalahara seems to trust you to a ridiculous degree. And while we trust Kalahara and she trusts you, I would like to get to know a little bit more, specifically about your keeper, which I don't think I got your name.
Mustang.
Mustang. Pleasure. I'll get to know a little bit about you, but also your group and why you're here.
As far as why we're here, I feel Mammoth is probably best suited to answer that question.
Yeah, basically, I'm a druid, and I don't. They're all dead where I come from, and so I just wanted to learn more about my people and stuff like that.
You see Rel just immediately raises his eyebrow and goes, they're all dead? As in, like, your entire grove died, or?
They're
Kalahar
pretty
just
much
puts
all
a
gone.
hand on your shoulder and goes, you don't need to answer those type of questions. That's very rude to ask about an entire people being wiped out. She kind
Oh,
of
that's
gives a
okay. I
stern
didn't know
look,
them.
and both of them shy back. Right, sorry. That's very rude of my sister. Okay. Well, let's start off with more pleasant conversation then. Mustang, what spirit do you bear?
It's called the Primordial Spark. It's from the elemental plane of fire. I don't know if that rings a bell for either of you two.
Never heard of it.
Can
see
I
Rel
put the
goes-
question back on you two? Oh, go ahead.
Rel also goes, yeah, that's a big old goose egg.
Huh. Goose egg coming from you two. Alright, but flip it back on you two. What about, what are you guys keeping inside?
Oh, I don't like that wording. I, my sister, here, and Elhar points to Rel and goes, she houses, the Ominous Wind. And I house, the Brilliant Breeze. What is the face that Mustang makes as you are given this information?
Well, he's not used to people being able to read his facial expression. Yes! He's not used to people being able to read his expression very well. So he thinks he's playing it cool, but he's really not. He's kind of making that face and it's like, what in, like, the pussy shit is this? What, the
100%. I'm going to tell you right now, no history check needed. You're a bard who's heard many different stories. That makes zero sense to you. as a character and maybe a player. No sense.
He's heard all sorts of tales, been on all sorts of adventures, but this is a new level of hippy dippy fuckery that he cannot comprehend. I can't say I've heard of those either. You care to enlighten me a little bit?
Elahar looks at you like you're crazy. He goes, you've never heard of the Brilliant Breeze?
Well, you've never heard of the Primordial Spark?
She just gives you a look of like, she goes from like confused to like offended for a moment, and then back to like leaning a little further away from you. Rel just smiles. You see Rel goes, well, I mean, I forgot you're not one of us, so there's many different people who calls different spirits different things. The local terminology for the spirits that we have is Ominous Wind and Brilliant Breeze. They are air elementals. They're very old and very powerful. They come from the plane of air. They were natural disasters, one of which nearly destroyed. Well, one was born from the divergence, and one is a storm that was brought during it to help fight for the side of the gods.
Got it, got it. They had such gentle names. It was hard to imagine an accompanying disaster.
Well, I don't know about you, but trying to decipher the wind for how it speaks and what it identifies as, hard to get a real beat on what the real name is.
Oh, I think that just might be a commonplace amongst primordial spirits. 'Cause you did
I don't
hard to
speak
get a
air.
name. Tell me about it.
Air isn't a language. It isn't. Primordial is a language. It doesn't speak primordial, so we haven't been able to properly talk to them. We can get feelings, emotions,
I
they can
can
flash images
talk to
at
them.
us. They both kind of just look at you in turn. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's not like they're still spirits. They're locked away inside of us, so that's not really a like. Can you tell me what my dog's thinking? That we could do.
Yeah, well,
Many dogs are upset because they're
Yeah.
constantly hungry.
right.
Mm-hmm.
In need of pooping. Anyway, cool. Well, we've exchanged the awkward icebreaker of who has what spirits in them. Neither of us know what each other's are. Questions about being a keeper?
You all see, there seems to be a degree of ceremony that you two both share about this whole ordeal. I'm completely in the dark about it. It's been this just incredible burden this entire time for the past few hundred years, and
100?
I wasn't always a human.
Oh, I was gonna say you only look like you're in your maybe like late 50s at best. Worst. I mean worst.
How old are you?
You look great. I'm I just turned 70.
Oh, you're
I
so
know.
young.
And you see Elahara goes, I'm 69. I know, you can laugh at it. You're younger.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. A bunch of people just say nice when they hear that. I don't get it. But also, everyone makes fun of me because I am supposed to be. I don't know. I've heard younger siblings are supposed to be more rambunctious and they're supposed to be more wild, but I'm very boring and dull, and everyone thinks I'm the older sister until they actually meet me and they find out I'm the younger of two. Anyway, that's not important. Okay, so you've existed for a very long time. Were you like this the entire time? Normally they show aspects of the spirit that you're hiding in you.
No, I was a walking tower of smoke. It was really, really something.
Oh,
It's a shame you can't
that would
see it.
that would make more sense. Yeah. Fire aspect or spark aspect, I guess.
Fire, they just call it the primordial spark. Not my name, by the way. I did not pick that name. But from my understanding, I don't know if there. Do you know if there's more primordial fire spirits that get put away in?
Yeah, we've had to deal with a number of fire spirits in our time. We live in a forest of great power, but also one that is highly sought after for beings of primordial energy. So the shadow network, you would have had to use it to get here, but for people who aren't knowledgeable about interplanar connectivity, it's the dark void like portals and hallways you walk down. Those things. A lot of elemental beings try and slip through those cracks because that's where the realm between planes is weakest. So we get a few incursions every now and then, but nothing that we can't handle.
Okay. And for you guys, this is kind of a related, unrelated. Is the whole spirit kept in you two, or is it pieces of
Oh yeah.
the oh yeah, what?
What do you? We don't split up a spirit, if that's what you're asking.
Mm. See, everyone's been alluding that I am a keeper, or at least similar to you two, but I'm not sure if we're exactly the same, and maybe you can help me out here. The spark, it was described that it's a fragmented being, and that pieces of varying sizes and power are stored across multiple individuals. Like I've met someone else who was also a spark bearer. Is that not
Okay.
commonplace?
We. So there's varying degrees between a being's importance and essentially how much substance it has in its world. Because, for example, a god could have multiple pieces of it. They could have multiple pieces of themselves placed out through the planes as avatars, as host bodies, as, objects even that could hold parts of their power. In a similar sense, some very powerful primordial spirits can also be split up. Um, Not necessarily like a hive mind-ish network, but they can imbue different aspects of themselves into people, objects, type things like that. It's just more rare to find that because those beings are normally either eradicated or hiding away on their home planes so that they don't get split up.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's been a point of contention throughout this whole contract I've had with this being.
I have to ask, how did you come in contact with yours? Because for us, we willingly took on this role, but it sounds like that's not the case for you.
No, I didn't have much to say in the matter. I think I'm a dead man walking. I had lived a life once before. Don't ask me about it because I don't remember. But when I woke
Sure.
up from my 6-foot dirt nap, I was what I am now, or well, what I was before a walking pillar of smoke. That was all I knew. I know no life without the spark, and it's gotten me into plenty of trouble.
Cool. Okay. Um, and you see Rel speaks up and goes, do you mind if I ask a little bit more of an invasive question?
Please, I'm a fan.
Do you know if you have multiple sparks in you?
Like, how do you mean?
You referred to your spirit as the primordial spark, right?
Correct.
Cool. So, do you know how other awakens can tell that someone else is also an awakened?
Right.
In a very similar sense, a keeper can very easily identify someone else as a keeper if you hone in on the person and search for elemental energy. We just asked before because we didn't want to be invasive, but after you offered that it was yourself, I'm looking at you and I'm seeing there. It looks like there's two, or at least two presences. They're similar in origin, or I guess at least elemental energy.
Oh. I think I know what you're talking about, and I can assure you there's only one spark in there. If there's something else in there, it's probably something else.
What else?
Right, I'm confused about the other else thing, because that feels more elemental than the spark does, if that makes sense. I can see the spark. It's a big old burning cinder in your chest. That's primordial enough to identify it as a spirit, but it's not quite a spirit. But the other thing is most certainly not the same as that.
What's inside you?
You said you'd be
What
cool
do
with
you like
invasive
to know?
questions. I feel like you're not. That reaction's not a good sign.
What do you mean?
If you don't want to talk about it, we're not gonna force you to. It's not
No, it's
interrogation. That's just, you know, concern
Mammoth.
for if you
Mammoth.
knew what was going on.
Mustang.
it's nothing to be worried about. Can I do like a history check to recall how permissible it was to talk about the walkers?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a history check.
I feel like I remember we aren't supposed to talk about that.
Hey, go ahead. I'll call this a like a. We'll do DC 9 again.
Okay, I got an 11.
Perfect. Oh wow, the same roll as Kifley. Yeah. So they Uldren gave you a general warning, but what Wave said to you guys specifically was, if you show up to like the city of magic with some of the most impressive technological advancements in the current world, you would be eaten alive. Like you would be forced to be subjected to all different sorts of plots, schemes, outright attempts to steal it, etc., etc.
I hate Sazane.
He didn't outright say you shouldn't talk about it for the reason of like mentioning it. At least not with everyday people, but he said that like for people who are going to be interested in power, especially wizards, that would be like a death sentence to you.
I think just because Mustang is a paranoid person, that okay. I know what it is. I can promise you, it's no trouble to you, no trouble to me yet. But I'm under oath. I gotta keep that one close to the chest.
Okay. As long as you know what it is, that's fine. Just wanted you to be aware of it, because that is the same level as what we're carrying, if not a little bit higher. So that's, surprised you haven't taken on aspects of it. Weird.
What do you mean aspects?
Oh, we weren't.
Human-wise?
And they gesture to themselves. We were just normal half-elves before this. But when you're a keeper, you normally exhibit physical traits from the spirit that you imbue your body with.
Oh, great. Okay, well, it hasn't been that long, so that might be why.
Yeah.
Check back in a month or two, and maybe I'll be covered in some other kind of element.
It's normally immediate, so I don't think you will. Because, like, Ominous Wind, massive black crow, bad for business, destroyed a large portion of land and a whole bunch of people. Immediately, I took on this form right after I imbued myself with spirit. Not great. I mean, I don't mind it. It's not bad, but, like, could have gotten a Elahara level of situation. Elahara goes, what do you mean? I mean, yeah, I guess the Brilliant Please was more of like an owl-like creature, but still, I don't want to be, it's not great to be able to hear and see everything all the time.
Can you turn your head all the way around?
She turns her head to like 100 degrees, and you start to hear like a snapping sound. She goes, ow, 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 ow. No. I can turn it further than normal, but I'm still a humanoid.
Okay.
I can fly, though.
Nice.
I can see in the dark.
Oh,
It's a
so
really long distance. nice. I feel like she kind of looks at you for a second and she goes, no offense to Mustang, you give off more of a keeper vibe than him. As she addresses you, ma'am, she goes, I feel like you... It could be the fact that you... I don't know. Something about you.
Well, you can like look at me and tell. So,
Oh yeah, do you mind if I look?
not at all.
Well, no, he's a child.
Her eyes glaze over and she goes, holy shit!
Wait, what? What does that mean?
No, I'm kidding. There's nothing.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and make me an insight check. Anyone can join in this, but it's Mammoth.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh my god, what is with the rolls tonight?
10. Yeah.
22.
I got a 16. I don't know if it showed up.
16? Cool.
Yeah.
You get... It's not a high DC. Kipley, you're not sure if she's joking
Mhm.
or not. It's kind of like a bad joke. Ha ha ha. Mammoth, you think she saw something. And she's just not bringing it up. You most likely know what it is, though.
Yeah.
16 insight check. You have a strong idea. Similar to you, Mustang. Anyway, okay. That invasive conversation aside, do you have any other questions about keepers or potentially anything we might be able to do for you or vice versa?
Well, if you could keep your ear out for anyone else that says, the PS word, I would appreciate if you'd let me know.
Are we not supposed to say it? Is it like an all-powerful
No,
being or something?
No, we can say it. It's the primordial spark. I was just...
Okay. Well, there are some creatures you should not whisper their name because they do either gain power off of it or they will be alerted to your presence.
Like who?
Hmm?
Like who?
You can see why I wouldn't answer that question. She just stares at you. Just completely blank owl face, like,
You could write it down.
no,
Other books.
I'm
on
good.
it.
no,
If I guessed, would you tell me?
no.
Bob, Brian, Dylan, Richard. I can't think of
George.
any more.
The world tears apart. You had to say George 77 times in order for him to take effect. You see Rel just starts laughing and goes, you're gonna be guessing a long time, kid. I would not waste your breath on that. Also, I feel like you could probably find that out in other places way easier than here. We do know a few names, because they're primordials, but there are way worse, like extraplanar ones that are... Anyway, I don't know why we're getting into this. That's not important. Cool.
Oh. That reminds me. Do you guys know anything about a gray guy with a hammer? I'll take that as a no.
Not a clue. You do see, let's see, Mammoth, Mustang, and obviously Duradon, because the man sees... Well, in this case, you do see God himself, except this time you see God herself. You see Kalahara does have a look of recognition when you say, gray guy. What was the specific wording you used exactly?
Gray guy with a hammer.
Gray guy with a hammer. Gotcha, yeah. You do see there's a look of recognition at gray guy with a hammer.
He looks at Kalahara expectantly.
Do you have any other questions for Rel or El?
I think I might have one for you.
Right. I was asking that before I excused them.
Oh, yeah, ladies, you're free to go. You've been lovely. It's
You see
wonderful.
Rel goes, free to go? I'm sorry? Were we held captive before?
Yeah, captive by my incredible banter and charming good looks. Just kidding.
Gross. Cool. Nice meeting you. I hope you figure out what's going on with your weird situation. That child has a frog in him. Goodbye. And just wings spurt out, and just Rel takes this guy, and Elhara just kind of looks at her flying away and goes, "It was nice meeting all of you. Um, if
I
you
already knew
ever,
about the frog.
okay, if you ever need help or have any questions about Keeper stuff, you can just whisper into the wind, and I might hear it. Also,
You're
goodbye."
very
Wings take off, go into flight, chasing after her sister. You see Kalahar she does the mom lean where she puts 4 fingers on her forehead, just her thumb on her cheek, and just leans heavily into the side of the chair. Just not full face palming it, but just side palming it. I love those girls like I have birthed and raised them myself, and yet they can be truly some of the most unruly and I apologize for the conversation. That was rude of them to ask you outright about your situations.
It's okay. I think they were refreshingly genuine.
Good. I'm glad to hear that positive outlook. The Grey God. I do know of them. I have not met them personally, but I do know that they predate us visiting this plane.
You kind of make it sound like you're like, I have not met him personally, but there are people that have.
I'm not sure there is anyone except for she kind of just looks down at Mammoth. I believe there's most likely only you, Mammoth, that's actually been in the presence before.
I
They
thought
would-
Mustang was.
No.
Oh, I don't know if they might have. I'm not as caught up on their situation as I am yours, because we have met previously and you have explained your lifestyle and such. But I have not met Mustang before. Have you also met the Grey God? How old are you? I thought you said you were only like 400.
No, I have not met the Grey God. I saw it in Alexander. I did.
Oh,
I
I
was
thought
just-
that's what we were talking about.
It is, but I think she means beyond the tree, kiddo.
Correct.
Yeah, I know that now.
I do not know their name. I do not know their origin. I just know that they have predated not just this world, but this realm. And that they are a creator. Someone who imbues life into things.
That makes sense.
Drax.
There's very powerful beings in the universe that can strike memories, names, even events from ever being remembered. It is my personal theory that is shared among a few of the other divine beings that this was the case for that being. I don't know if he struck his own name or if it was struck by somebody else, but I have not yet come across somebody who does know of him besides his description.
Right? Figure's creator figure. Add it to the list of deities that I am worried about in the back of my mind.
I don't know if he even is a god. It might be something different.
Sounds like he might be something more.
Yeah, because again, I come from Celestia, as were all the other gods when they emerged from our realm and found this world still being shaped, tormented by lifeless and kind of barren lands. And we took part in creating these worlds that you see before you today, but we did not make it originally. So there are certainly beings older and more powerful than us.
One of your...
But
Go
oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
No. I was just gonna talk to myself, but please go ahead.
I was going to say, but I can see that my hopes for the ritual seem to have come to fruition. Alsander doesn't just commune or communicate with anyone that proceeds with the ritual, but they also can enlighten your bodies as much as your minds can be. And it appears that you have all gone through reawakening. Or have begun the process, at least, which is good. With the threats that you are going to be dealing with in the near future, you're going to need every bit of help that you can get.
No disagreement there.
Good. Wonderful. Is it your plan to immediately set off?
Yep.
And you're headed to Relen immediately, right? No other pit stops or anything along the way?
Why?
Well, the Shadow Network is not just through the forest. If you would like, I can not personally escort you, but I can bring you rather close. Save you a great number of days traveled and threats faced along the way.
Oh.
Wow. Fortune
That
smiles
sounds good to
upon us
me.
again.
Before you go, though, I would like to have, if you are all right with it, a moment with Kipley and Mammoth.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why?
Personal curiosity and discussion is all.
You gonna try and eat me or melt mammoth?
Why would I eat you or melt Mammoth?
Oh.
No, it's not in my capability. I was once a fighter, but I never used melting spells or...
Alright.
No, I'm not going to hurt you.
Alright.
Follow me. And you see she begins to walk towards the edge of the balcony. And as she gets close to it, there is no hallway or any interior to the tree that she approaches. That's not what actually was said. Kipley said melt, and it was misheard as milk. For once, that was not Megan being weird.
For once.
For once, I know, rarity. You watch
That's so funny.
as Kalahara walks to the edge, and as she does, the branches of Elsander move and bend to create a walkway leading to a unforeseen path to Kipley and Mammoth follow.
Well, Mammoth does.
Like it's an invisible path?
No, like it wasn't there before, but the branches kind of bent down to
got
make
got
it into a
Yeah,
graph.
no, she'll follow.
If it was invisible, you would have seen it. Cool. So you both follow her up, and you can see she leads you after walking for about like 2 to 3 minutes. She leads you back up onto a branch. Has no actual, no interior or no like design to it. This is just one of the branches of Elsander. It's large enough to be comfortably on it with all of you. It's about 20 feet in width. And as you walk out, it's a pretty long branch, probably a good like 70 to 80 feet. Um, as you kind of all just begin to settle yourselves in onto it, you see she sits down on the branch and kind of gestures for you two to sit on either side of her.
Yeah, she'll say.
Soul Mammoth.
I know you have much before you, and you have still much to both learn and remember. As she looks towards you, Mammoth. As part of my deal to continue existing in this realm with the Dragon King, I am not to wield my divinity. I have cut myself off. This body, this avatar, is useless. Its energy is maintained by Elsander's roots, so I must meditate and rest and go into periods where I am incapacitated and unconscious to continue living in this state. So I apologize that I will not be useful anymore for your battle ahead with the Great Serpent. Of which, yes, their name should not be spoken out loud because it will draw its attention to you if you speak it out loud.
Okay, cool. I don't even know what it's called, so.
Good. We have fought it before, together. We've
Oh!
held it at bay, but we have never killed it. And you have passed down your knowledge of how to keep it at bay to other peoples before.
That makes sense.
And there's gifts from those peoples that allow them to better help you in this quest. She turns and looks to Kipley.
Her ears kind of perk back.
I overheard your conversation in the hallway. And I do not know if this is completely true or not for you. Do you, do you possess the gift of sight? To see what is not there?
I mean, yeah, some things.
You can see Elsander's branches.
Yeah.
I've existed for millennia, eons at this point. I do not bear such gifts myself. Not anymore. But when we fought previously, you were the one that told me of how to keep the beast at bay. And I learned a new and very dangerous way to wield Elsander that I would not entrust to any other being.
I don't
Sure.
understand.
If I am correct, I believe you are part of a very long lineage known as the Light Bearers. The ones who shine in the darkness to reveal Elsander's branches so that Son of the Comet, Child of the Comet, I don't know how you prefer. Titles probably are meaningless to you at this moment because you don't remember them being given or created, but that mammoth once started many years ago, and you wielded them. You strung the branches into a great bow to fight the beast. However, you being a separate entity and devoid of connection to Alsander, you could not see what you were using, what you were wielding. So instead you relied on the stars, which didn't have much effect. But you, and she turns to Ghibli. Your tribe's light, it is channeled through you. Allows you to see things that otherwise would not be transmitted normally through a humanoid's eye. It's almost like seeing into a different plane of existence that is overlapping your current one. And together, you were able to stop this crisis. Well, not you personally, but your ancestors, I presume. As from what you may have let slip, I assume you are not the current incarnation of the comet, and that you are not from this time.
I don't know what to say about that.
I don't require an exact response. All I'm saying is that I am divinity who has existed for a very long time and knows that one of the only powerful beings that I respect and am forced to be in this state for is a time dragon, or I guess its technical term is great worm, but it makes enough sense that you would be unfamiliar with your origins, as she looks towards Kipling, and your symbiotic relationship that you created many years ago because of it.
So,
When the time comes. Oh, go ahead.
sorry. You're saying my ancestors are helped Comet Boy?
They helped fight against the Great Serpent, yes. But I can ask you this question that might help solidify that idea for you. Do you remember when you were younger if your family stayed in one location or were constantly on the move?
Yes, I remember.
Were they fleeing?
Yes.
A short number of them.
Yes.
The light bearers have been hunted for thousands of years. Many who are jealous of their gifts wish to steal them for themselves, but even more for those who worship the Great Serpent, who would wish that it did bring eternal night, and who have been corrupted by its power. When you first arrived here, you bear the resemblance of their kin. Bat-like wings, long bestial ears with the humanoid shifter form. It's very rare that you would see someone morph into a bat but still keep such a complexion. I've been called many things throughout the years. You know, Lightbearers, the Hope Bringers, or the direct individual who I knew very well as they trained underneath me when I was still wielding a bow at the time. Starlight. The one who lights the way for others to follow.
Kibbley has, like, she's a very good liar. She's very good at keeping her expression pretty even keeled when she wants to. But she has, like, tears in her eyes. And she stands up suddenly and she just, like, whispers, "Stop."
What? I'm sorry?
I
Did I say something to offend you?
need to go. This isn't right. And she turns and starts trying to find her way back out.
Yeah. I mean, the branches, the pathway leading back down to the balcony is still there. You begin to rush off towards joining the group.
Yeah, she marches
Uh,
out.
See, Kalahari kind of doesn't stop you, but just gives you like a soft kind of glance as you do before looking down towards you, Mammoth, and going, "You will need her help when the time comes."
Oh, I need her help all the time.
I'm glad that you have found yet another reliable friend.
Me too.
However, she will need in her current form, she is tainted. I can sense that there is a curse most vile upon her body and corrupting her mind. She will not be able to help you until that is solved. I don't want to say necessarily removed or destroyed, but until her mind is clear and she is in a better place, she may be able to see the branches, but she will not see how best to align them so that you may wield them. But I am sure Elsander is your answer. just as he was before. Before you go back, I don't want to keep you long, but I want you to have this. And she puts her hand on Alsander's bark and just kind of closes her eyes. You see a moment passes before rising up out of it. You see almost like, in a very similar sense to when people kind of earth glide and meld into stone and into dirt, you watch as melding out of the actual bark is what appears to be a bow with no string on it. Gnarled and kind of curled, like extraordinarily woven together in patterns of tree root. It's just very tensely and very well trying to avoid it, but you know what, Megan, you can laugh and smirk away. It's very tightly woven.
It's
And
beautiful.
you can see as she rests it before you, she goes, "This will be able to help you in the short term. It will do nothing against the beast, but I would be I'd be a terrible mentor and a terrible friend if I did not help guide you to what you once already had."
Well, that's very nice.
A good of your friend. I feel she may need some comforting and have probably got more questions than answers from our conversation.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried, but I'll go see what's going on.
When your memories return, Mammoth, please do come visit.
Okay.
I feel we would have some excellent stories to share.
I bet.
Very well. Good luck.
Goodbye.
Do you take the bow?
Yeah.
Cool. As you pick up the bow in your hand, you watch as... do you go to sling it onto your back, or do you go to just carry it when you're walking?
Yeah, it's not strong, right?
It is not strong.
Yeah, then I just carry it in my hand.
As you pick it up, the bow crumbles to dust. Like, as it was on the tree, it was resting fine, but as you pick it up and it's in your hands, as you begin walking to the actual pathway back down towards the balcony, it begins to slowly disintegrate before it is just gone. However, strangely enough, there is the feeling of something kind of resting on your back. I'll go ahead and message you what that is. In the meantime, we'll go to Kipley. Where are you going? What are you doing?
She's marching straight back. And probably... I imagine it goes right back into the dining room, or does it are there like...
Yep, it goes straight back down to
Okay.
the same place that you just were with everyone
Yeah.
else.
She like comes into the room for a moment, kind of looks around at everyone, like straightens her vest a bit, kind of tucks her hair back, and then goes to sit at the table.
Mammoth full sprints after her.
Which is extremely fast.
Extremely fast.
So Kipley arrives, and everyone can see, kind of like very somberly approaches the table that you guys are sitting at. And then, like, maybe 15, 30 seconds pass. You see her, like a little footsteps of as Mammoth just sprints down the branch and arrives.
He'll go to hug Kipley and say, "What's wrong? I thought that was good news."
Yeah, no, it's good news. It's good news.
Right. I believe that, but clearly you don't.
Her eyes kind of drift towards, oh crap, the two bird people, Ella, Hara, and Rel.
Yeah, they've already flown off, but you can
They've
see
flown
there's
up.
still
Great.
yeah, there's still two little specks off in the distance, just kind of like flying around in the air.
Yeah, she kind of sits there uncomfortably for a moment. It's just... It's not... I really don't know how to explain it. It's not a big deal. I just... They talked about it like it was this... I don't know, honorable, dignified thing, and... It's just not what I know.
Oh. I can see why that would be hard to hear.
Yeah, I guess my memories of what my people were not... They weren't good. I don't know, I guess I just don't know how to rectify that with the fact that they were... I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you don't have to know right now.
Yeah, Kipley kind of shrinks down a bit. Pulls one of her ears down. She hasn't done that in a while. Kind of starts worrying at the end of it.
Kipley, go ahead, if you will. One, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw. And two, go ahead and make me a history check with advantage. 16. Okay. 17 on history. And one more time just to see if you crit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For history. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
11. Okay. Yeah, that'll only be on disadvantage that you crit. 17's still good though. You can feel your mind clouded with thoughts of varying degree, confusion, frustration, concern. And you can begin to feel a kind of migraine building, and the voices begin to leak in a little bit louder. However, you do hear some louder than others. Specifically, for one, because this has been about, I don't know, a year and a half almost at this point in the making. But you remember, at least when it comes to titles and such, when you first met the Bone Mother, way back when on Paradise Peak, back when Evelyn was still showing you exactly, Evelyn Kroll was showing you what your heritage was, what your powers were. You saw the black cloud of bats coming towards you. You remember when you revisited it that was in fact Ezrin. That was his embodiment of what his physical form would look like because of his current issue being held up by the Bone Mother. You remember in that moment where you learned her name, one of the ways that she addressed you, not just on that occasion, but on many others, was her Starlight. And you think back to the Sinking Hope. You think back to the ritual. And you think back for the reasoning as to why they were doing it. Now, your memory still serves correct. There wasn't exactly, it's not like it's being told like there was a difference in what happened. But with a 17, you get an inkling that the ritual wasn't only to try and create another pair of twins. You get an inkling that it was to awaken something that hadn't been awakened in multiple generations. And that a desperate dying clan was going to do anything in order to do it. And you begin to understand, at least to a degree, as to why Ezrin, even while sacrificed, may still be in that state that he is with the Bone Mother. Because you don't know if something went wrong, because the gods were originally there to guide you the first time around. But based on what she told you, God wasn't the one to guide you in the first place either. So again, rightful questions to be brought up, rightful kind of torment to be gone through, but also a little bit of dots being connected in the moment.
Yeah, I think Kipley probably... And she's like, it's fine, it's fine. Her eyes kind of glaze over, and then she just, like, tears just kind of start coming down. She's just like, I'm not fine. I just don't understand. It wasn't supposed to be like that. And she turns in her chair, like reaches forward, shifts whatever's on the table in front of her a bit, kind of readjusting it nervously, and then like shoves her hair behind her ear, runs a hand under her eyes again. Right, yeah. No, yeah, murder. Let's do that.
Oh no, this is back at the table. You were all in the same room after they had the private conversation. Kibli came running down from the branch, and Mammoth shortly after. So you are still all gathered at this point in time.
I feel like I'm missing something here.
Oh. Kippley is gonna help me with the serpent. If she wants.
Yeah, we're gonna kill the serpent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like acceptable murder.
Great.
Kipley or...
We're good.
You sure?
No?
Yeah, that's just life, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we better pack our things. Get going then. And he who has never been good with emotions will stand up and he'll walk past everyone. He'll give Kipley's shoulder a firm squeeze before heading out to do exactly that, pack his things and avoid this emotional bomb that just exploded in front of him.
Okay.
Did Kalahari come back into the room, or they...
You did not see Kalhara immediately follow
Okay.
after you guys, but after a few moments, she does come back down. Yes. You see, like a good 5 to 10 minutes after what just transpired, Kalhara does walk down the branch, returning to the chambers.
I think probably as we're leaving, then Kipley would just kind of look back at them. Any advice on maybe visiting the Gloaming Wildlands? Have you ever been there?
I have.
What was it like?
It is a place that builds strong people. It is a dangerous place. But it's also the perfect place to keep secrets you don't want found.
Do you regret going there?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
No need for thanks.
Kind of nod and duck her head and bow out.
Good luck in your travels, all of you. I hope you will be the change this world needs. Winnie can show you to the Shadow Network. Until we meet again. You watch as kind of this gentle moment of goodbye is interrupted by Joe Wrangler just appearing on her shoulder.
Yes.
Just a little shadow catch. Let's say hello. You see she kind of smiles and looks at you. It's okay, little one. Would you like to stray? And you just watch as all 6 eyes kind of frog blink for a second. One closes, one opens, other closes, the other's like squints. Before turning to Mammoth, turning to Kalhara, turning to Mammoth, turning to Kalhara. And it kind of slow, kind of curiously looks at Mammoth with its head tilted.
Yeah, you can come along.
And disappears into dust, and reappears as a boa scarf, just fully wrapping around your neck, head resting on your shoulder, falling asleep like the second it hits you.
Just get a magic
You can add
scarf.
Joe Wrangler to your inventory.
Yeah, inventory.
We're just adding people to our inventory now. It's fine. But it seems, at least in the moment, that he's a little bit more interested in wandering than staying.
Worth it.
Hell yeah.
As you guys begin to gather and kind of preparing what you would need, you watch as Winnie trots up to you guys, and she goes, all right, are you all prepared to leave then?
I am.
Yeah.
Good. I heard that you're all going to the City of Magic, and it is a very far distance, and I can't bring you directly to it, but I can bring you close enough that it will save you a 10 days journey. I was told that you would, these were requested, and that you would like to take these with you. And you see she holds out a brown leather satchel to the group that looks rather large and rather full.
What's in it?
She smiles. Seats.
Seats? Chairs?
For our... It seeds.
Seats?
Yeah.
What?
You open it up.
I got the ironwood ones.
Yes, you requested it when you first got here. I've turned it to British. You requested it when you first got here.
Kimberly, wraps her arms around it and now has newly formed tears.
Oh.
Okay, you don't need to get emotional. This is just seeds. They're not going anywhere.
He's had a long day.
I can see that.
Yeah.
They do need to be properly taken care of, but as you have a druid...
Okay. Yeah, Kimberly
You're part of
shoves
the
him
team.
towards me, Emmett. Take care of him.
Do you know the spell Plant Grove?
Mhm.
If you continuously cast the spell every day for up to a month, you will get an ironwood tree.
Wow.
Although I will warn you, it does take a large amount of nutrients and sustenance to continue to grow and maintain itself. So if you are to plant one, you should plant others next to it so that they may form together. Otherwise, they may take up too much of their uh, naturally populated um, flora, excuse me.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Follow me then. And she just begins to float upwards. As a reminder, you can just float here. It doesn't have this weird rules of
Oh, that's
kind of
right.
out of space. So the horse, instead of walking off, just kind of, for those who know it, just kind of like Gmod floats up. A straight y-axis, and you see it begins to float up and drift upwards towards the many different void-like portals that are kind of almost painted on the ceiling. Which, by the way, now that you look at it, the kind of artificial night in here this looks like it is kind of like an underground-esque area. You can see a number of that kind of dark voidness is because of how many different portals there are. Like, you guess, Duradon would know this. The rest of you can guess this. Druids have the ability to tree stride, where you can go between a certain distance of trees and have the ability to kind of move through other different large patches of flora to appear somewhere else where you've been. But there's other similarly sized flora. Looks like this is a network built on that kind of foundation, but expanded far outside of that. So if you ever potentially need to get to far outstretched parts of the world and want to save time while you're in the area, not a bad idea to use one of these, as long as you have a guide to send you in the right direction.
Is there one of these to the glowing wildlands?
We do have one, yes. It will drop you off by Chiselborn. Which is adjacent to the glowing wildlands. Anything past that, there is not much flora that we have visited to create a strong enough network.
Yes, okay. Thanks.
Of course. But you all would like to go to Relen now,
Yeah.
correct? Good. All right. Follow behind me and stay close. I would rush through this opening as quickly as you can, as it will close after a few seconds.
It's a few, like, 2 to 3 seconds, or like 5 to
Yeah,
6,
6 seconds.
10 to 15.
6 seconds,
6.
specifically. Around, if you will say. Right. Good luck, all of you. It was a pleasure to meet such wonderful outsiders. You're welcome to return whenever you wish. And you watch as she taps her hand against one of these kind of like wavy voids of shadow, and it responds to her fingertips, and you watch as the void and darkness is immediately lit with this burst of green. It's kind of like verdant green light begins to shoot inwards, not outwards from the portal, but inwards, opening up a doorway where you can see a open field and a basking sun over a landscape on the other side. As all of you rush through, you can see hills. Excuse me, as I can speak English. You can see smaller hills off to your left-hand side. In front of you, a large body of water. Not an ocean, but like a very good-sized lake. You can see off in the distance. Not the city in the sky that you guys first saw when you were in the slumbering slopes. But instead, you see a city kind of built on the precipice of a mountainside. Kind of looming cliffs into the background. But building up to it is these smaller little clusters of buildings. Even from this distance, you can see as there's light emitting from all of these various different colors. You can see some purples, some blues, some oranges. This kind of ambient light encircling these small villages. And leading together to an epicenter, you see a large city kind of built up above the rest with a spiraling set of towers, as you can imagine, building up along the way. And it will take you the rest of the day to get to Relen. But as you finally begin to set foot approaching the city of magic, you can see night begins to fall as another day has passed. And as you approach the gates, I will ask you this. Would you like to enter the city now? Or would you like to pick up there next time?
Next week. Or next time.
It's the same difference.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you're good.
You can do it next time.
I have to get up really early tomorrow.
I have to get up at 4:30, so trust me.
Why do you have to get up at 4:30?
I'm opening. I'm
Oh
not
my
happy about it.
God.
I know. It's
Right, don't you have to
bad.
drive kind of far?
I have to drive about an hour, yes.
Christ on a stick, dude.
It's not fun, but I will at least show you what you're dealing with next week.
Yo!
Welcome to the city of magic, baby. So we'll
Sick
get
ass
into
moon.
actually.
I said it's a sick ass moon.
It is a sick ass moon. It's a sick ass city, dude. Fucking,
Yeah.
I spent long and hard looking for magic cities because all of them are like fucking Hogwarts, and I was like, I'm not sending them to Hogwarts.
Well-
I'm gonna get it copyright struck.
A Renell lives here. I can smell it.
What do you mean Renell lives in the city called
And that
Relen?
fucking
You're
bird that I
crazy.
hate.
You're crazy, Megan. Crazy. God, get a load of this gal. Yeah, you know, Elsander said straight up that you're already headed in the direction. You got the power that you need to deal with what desires you have. So you have a strong, educated guesstimation that there may be a Renell in the city of Relen at this moment in time. Who it is, who knows? You'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
It's gonna turn out they're like the nicest, sweetest, most
I
unmurderable
know.
person
I just
ever.
throw a curveball at you and give you the nicest, sweetest grandma, like Grandma Renell, who just wants the best for the world.
Meh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make you feel really bad about killing this line off.
Won't happen.
You gotta kill grandma.
Gotta
What the
kill grandma,
fuck?
or it's gonna be a baby Thanos situation. I'll be like, yeah, this is my grandson. This is Lorenzo Renell. Isn't he adorable? He's 5 years old. Just Eldritch Blast. But before I fully call it close tonight, I have to ask, Megan, did that give you PTSD flashbacks from earlier in the campaign, or is it too late in the evening for you to remember that?
Oh no, like Starlight's been at the
That's the beginning.
Yes, I have
I
been
didn't know if
trying.
everyone
I've
else
been waiting for
remembered.
like trying to figure that out.
What it could
Just
mean.
was
Oh,
not
yeah.
expecting it to go that route.
Trust me, I have been sitting looking at that note of like the definition of what it means for so long, and I was like, I know Megan probably has it written down somewhere, but I don't know if it's going to be on the forefront of her mind if I bring it up. So we'll see.
I
As soon as I heard that
normally
reaction,
no.
I heard the gasp from the mic, and I was like, yes, yes, we got him.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Bone Mother knows ball. She
Oh goodness.
girl knows some secrets.
She knows ball. She knows game.
She knows ball. According to Durdon, Lorenzo doesn't have game, but fucking Joradon has game for killing him.
Listen, brother did it respectfully. He did.
He still killed you to hide a family secret.
He was like, I'll let you run. I'll run the fade with you. You're not going to win, but I'll give you the warrior's honor of at least running the fade. Like, that's that. I
That
can't be
statement-
mad at.
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. I had to be myself. I don't know why that broke me as much as everything else that was said tonight did, but just the fact of Durdon looking back being like, oh yes, of the people who have killed me before. That guy, I like that guy.
That guy's the best.
Yeah, that time that he was hiding secrets that could destroy the island and ruin a bunch of people's lives, he at least killed me decently, so I can't be mad.
At least
man,
he
he
wasn't a
still
dick
killed
about
you.
it.
Yeah, he's still an awful person.
Exactly. Listen, but there's
Uh,
it's like the difference between being like, I guess like being killed by like the Don, like a mafia boss,
yeah.
and being killed by some fucking Joe Schmo. That's like there's
Joe
respect.
Schmo.
For
Don't you call my archmage Joe Schmo, alright? He's a Joseph.
yeah. Yeah, it's like
Oh, God.
Someone who
He
kills you
definitely-
respectfully, like in turn, versus like I'm gonna
Yeah.
stab you in the ass.
He knocked
and
at
that's
the
how you
door and
die.
had a cup of tea with you beforehand, and Lorenzo straight up saw an unawakened barbarian and was like, bet, this is gonna be the one time that I can one-shot this bastard.
yeah. At least
Also-
like he
Uh-huh.
pleasure to fade.
Third on, your older brother is fucking smoldering.
Constant smolder. I had to
Leave
look for
my
someone
brother
that
out
had
of
the
this.
energy.
You leave my brother out of this.
Hey, Kipley in another lifetime, in another world.
Oh god.
In this world, he's a child. He never made it past. I don't know how old he looked.
He did not make it past. I think it was like 4 or 5. He was super
Yeah.
young.
He
Yeah,
got,
they iced the child. Like
he
he
got
that's why
nice emo
he
hair
had
going on.
he had less than 4 hit points when he died. Okay,
Yeah.
he could have died if someone punched him in the balls, and they had a high enough strength score.
He was just a child.
Yeah, no. But I did like the recap of everyone being like, Mustang and Mammoth being like, I learned the secrets of this world, and I saw the great God that created everything. And then turn on being like, I talked to my dead brother, who's not my brother, but like is my brother, and like Kipley being like, yeah, no, I was talking to Alsander, who was dressed as Percy for a bit, who showed me killing a bunch of people. It's like, oh god, did anyone watch Community at all?
Oh,
Yes, I love that
heck
shit.
yeah.
It's like the episode where it shows Abed flipping the 6-sided die in the air and then showing the 6 different
Oh, the
realities.
darkest
The
timeline.
Yes.
Yeah. The 7 different realities that come from it. That's what this felt like.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's